Hello, my name is Tatlow Penry. I'm a solitary pagan witch, I'm an author, and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press. Today's little chat is in response to a query from a listener about making moon water. Now, I am not entirely sure that I know exactly what it is that she wants, but I'm going to try and explain what I understand by it. People often do workings which require liquid in some shape or form. Either something they wish to drink, or something they wish to pour on the ground, or something which is representing the element of water. There are all sorts of things. And quite often people feel that if they leave a bowl of water out under the moon, under a full moon in particular, but some do a new moon, that this empowers it, which I think it does. You could do the same with the sun for sun water. You could do stars. If there's no moon about, that's a good one. Star water, moon water, even rainwater. I mean, they all have their uses. I think if you're going to do that, it's not a bad idea to try and make a little ritual of it. So you're not just putting a drop of water out and there you are, leave it out, get it the next morning. I think we owe ourselves a little bit more than that. So firstly, can you do it if the moon isn't actually visible? And I would say yes. I often have to do things when the moon isn't visible, but I know usually from looking online that it is a full moon, so I will do things anyway, because for all I know the clouds are going to clear at some point, especially with moon water. If you're leaving it out for 6 to 8 hours overnight, well, there's a good chance the moon is going to be up there shining on it. And anyway, it's the moon's energies. I don't believe the moon is really constrained by a couple of clouds. The other one is, if you're going to drink it, well, you have got to have it in a decent container. In other words, it's got to be absolutely clean, which it should be anyway, and not something that's going to tarnish the water in any way. Another one is, what about keeping the water clean? That's actually quite an important one. If you put it out during, say, the autumn months, there's a good chance they're going to have leaves blowing it. You may even have little animals come to drink at it. And while some of us may not mind having a hedgehog come and drink our moon water, I think some people might draw the line at rats or mice. So you do have to think about these things. How are you going to do it? How are you going to put it out? How much are you going to put out? Since I wouldn't recommend trying to keep it, I would make it fresh every time you need it. I think you owe yourself that. I would not put a lot out. And if you want to try and cover it from leaves and insects, for example, well, a thin piece of muslin or cheesecloth over it. Again, if you believe the moon's energies can empower your water, a bit of cheesecloth or a cloud in the sky, they're not really going to matter, That's my view. I think it's also nice, something I quite enjoy, is to let the moon know you're there. So that involves just saying something to the moon to say, I'm putting this bowl of water out. Would you mind, please, putting some of your energy into it? Or something along those lines. And one lovely way to actually summon the moon, if you like, I think if it does, is to use a bottle, like an ordinary little water bottle, pop bottle, something, pop. Pop is Welsh lemonade, pop. And if you hold it like this and you practice with it, you can blow across the top of the open lid and you get this lovely rich sound coming out. And I sometimes think that's a lovely old-fashioned sort of sound, a very primeval sound, to actually let the moon know you're there. It's not so much summoning the moon, but trying to get their attention. You can jump up and down and wave your hand if you like. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what you do in real life. That's what small children do in primary school. Anything like that. So it is really a question of just leaving it out. And if you're going to use it for a particular purpose, well then you know, you can always actually say that when you're doing it. You can say, well, I put this out, may the moon empower it with her energies, so that when I use it tomorrow in a spell for whatever, healing, blessing, protection, it will have absorbed some of the moon's wondrous energies. You know, there is nothing wrong at all with just stating what you want. You know, when you've got somebody who, say a small child, they come up and they want something, and you know they want something because they're jigging around one foot to another, but they won't actually come out with what they really want. You know, it's like, do you know so-and-so? You know such and such? And you're like, oh, please, just say what it is you want. And I think sometimes ritual and magic is a bit like that. Please, just say what you want. Otherwise, everybody's going to fall asleep by the time you've finished. And I'm not sure whether this is what the person who asked for it wanted. And if it is, fine. If it isn't, well, tell me what else it is you feel I should have covered. And that's fine. And thank you very much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed it. Goodbye.